Ever wondered what the most expensive comic book in the world is? Well, you're about to find out. Today, we'll be journeying through the world of comics, delving into the tales of superheroes and villains whose stories have not only captured our imaginations, but have also garnered tremendous value over the years. We'll be counting down the top 10 most expensive comic books, each a treasure in its own right. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of pricey pages and costly covers. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is none other than X-Men #1. This iconic Marvel Comics issue, released in 2021, fetched a record sale of a whopping $810,000. It was a pivotal moment in comic history, marking the debut of the beloved mutant team and introducing characters who would become household names. Moving down to number 9, we stumble upon Fantastic Four #1. This Marvel Comics gem, also from 2022, sold for an impressive $1.5 million. The Fantastic Four #1 was the genesis of Marvel's first superhero team, and it marked a turning point in the superhero genre, making this comic a true treasure. At number 8, we have All-Star Comics #8, published by DC Comics in 2022. This comic book sold for a staggering $1.62 million. It's a significant issue as it marks the first appearance of Wonder Woman, one of the most iconic female superheroes of all time. Next up at number 7, we have Detective Comics #27. This comic, released by DC Comics in 2021, sold for a record-breaking $1.74 million. This issue is a landmark in comic history as it introduced the world to the Batman, one of the most enduring characters in the comic universe. And finally, rounding out our first half at number 6 is Batman #1, another DC Comics classic from 2021. This comic book sold for a jaw-dropping $2.22 million. Batman #1 is a cornerstone of comic history, featuring the first appearances of iconic villains like the Joker and Catwoman. And that's only the beginning. Let's move on to the top 5. Now we're entering the big leagues with our top 5 most expensive comic books. Starting off our countdown at number 5, we have Marvel Comics #1, which sold for a staggering $2.4 million. A true gem from Marvel's golden age, this inaugural issue from 2022 marked the beginning of a new era in the comic book industry. Its high valuation can be attributed to its pristine condition, rarity, and its historical significance as the genesis of the Marvel universe we know and love today. Moving on to number 4, we have Captain America Comics #1. This comic book, coming from Marvel Comics in 2022, sold for an impressive $3.12 million. This comic is notable as it introduced the world to the patriotic superhero Captain America. Its high value is due to its historical significance, particularly its cover art, featuring Captain America punching Adolf Hitler, which was a bold statement during the onset of World War II. Now let's move into the top 3. At number 3, we have Action Comics #1 from DC Comics in 2023, which sold for a mind-boggling $3.55 million. This comic book is a true icon, as it introduced the world to the one and only Superman. Its value is due to its rarity and its historical significance as the birthplace of the superhero genre. Just missing the top spot at number 2, we have Amazing Fantasy #15 from Marvel Comics in 2021. This comic book sold for an astonishing $3.6 million. This issue is particularly significant as it marked the debut of Spider-Man, one of the most popular and enduring characters in the Marvel universe. Its high value is due to its rarity, its excellent condition, and its importance in comic book history. And finally, at the top of our list, the most expensive comic book ever sold is Superman #1 from DC Comics in 2022. This comic book fetched a staggering $5.3 million, making it the only comic book to break the $5 million barrier. This issue marked the beginning of Superman's own comic title, following his appearances in Action Comics. Its high value can be attributed to its rarity, its excellent condition, and its historical significance as the comic that launched the superhero genre. This comic book is not just a collector's item, but a piece of history, encapsulating the birth of an icon that would go on to shape the future of comic books and popular culture. And there you have it, the top 5 most expensive comic books in the world today. From the birth of Marvel to the rise of iconic superheroes like Superman and Spider-Man, these comic books are not just valuable collector's items, but important pieces of pop culture history. They remind us of the enduring power of storytelling and the impact that these characters and stories have had on generations of readers around the world. Whether you're a collector, a comic book fan, or just a lover of pop culture, these comic books represent the pinnacle of the art form, a testament to the creativity, imagination, and passion that goes into creating these incredible stories. What an impressive list. Let's quickly recap our top 10 most expensive comic books and their record sale prices. We kicked off with X-Men #1, which sold for a cool $810,000, swiftly followed by Fantastic Four #1 at a whopping $1.5 million. All-Star Comics #8 came in at number 8 with a record sale of $1.62 million. Detective Comics #27 was not far behind, selling for $1.74 million. Batman #1 took our 6th spot, boasting an impressive sale price of $2.22 million. As we moved into the top 5, Marvel Comics #1 brought in a hefty $2.4 million. Captain America Comics #1 followed, selling for an impressive $3.12 million. Action Comics #1, the comic book that introduced us to Superman, sold for an outstanding $3.55 million. Just missing the top spot, Amazing Fantasy #15, featuring the first appearance of Spider-Man, sold for a staggering $3.6 million. And finally, the most expensive comic book sold to date, Superman #1, broke the $5 million barrier with a record sale price of $5.3 million. From X-Men to Superman, these comic books have made history not just with their stories, but with their staggering price tags. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the most expensive comic books in the world. Until next time, keep collecting.